Hi. This week's critical thinking reading and videos were really, I thought, topical to what's been going on in the world these past few months, year or so, about sociocentricity and how it can be, while it's necessary, you want to feel like you belong to a group. It can also be extremely damaging if you never think for yourself. And I thought that in the video, she said that free will, being unique, is unique. I mean, it's not the typical thing that most people don't think for themselves. Their thoughts came from somewhere, and then we kind of naturally form into a group of like-minded individuals. But it got me thinking, I mean, my family is obviously, none of us are like-minded. We don't have the same belief system for the most part. In fact, a lot of our beliefs are complete opposites of each other, but yet we still kind of belong to that same group. So I thought that was interesting that then we go and choose our friends, however, and our other social groups and, political groups based on how we really feel about, our morals and values. So that was interesting. And I also like how she described, very well described how our thought process goes. When something happens, we immediately have, our initial thought, and that's based largely on instinct or history, bias, whatever. But that first thought should never, in most instances, be how you actually act on if something calls for action. So something happens, your first gut reaction, you think about it, and it's probably not always the right one, depending on your set of circumstances and what's going on. So anyway, it was interesting to think that we should never just take our first thought. I mean, that's all part of the process of critical thinking, but it kind of breaks it down. I thought that was very good. I like how she also describes how we must create good. We are the most developed animal on this planet, and yet we are also the most savage because animals kill for survival. We kill for sport, or just, we're pretty much savage, even though we also have the most capacity to take care of others. So it is a interesting dichotomy. I never thought about it in that way before. We're the most capable and the most capable of cruelty, is how she put it. And so that just kind of really struck me that it's true. We don't have anything to lose by being nice, but yet it's so rare that we are just nice to be nice that it makes the news, on a regular basis. There was a guy this week who was showing up to his first job. His car broke down. He walked 20 miles through the night so he would be on time. It was for a moving company, and when he got there, he had talked to a police officer along the way. The police officer notified the company. Anyway, it went around. When he got there, the CEO of the moving company met him there with the car, which was wonderful. And it brings tears to your eyes, and it's everything about the story is good, but it's sad that that's so out of the norm that it's what makes news. So anyway, it kind of reminded me of that. So one thing in the reading that I really liked, the one line is, and it's because it was kind of the actions that we need to take. So when you're thinking biased thoughts, which we all do, and we all have biases that are inbred, learned, hard to get rid of, but it is a person's ability to identify this bias in action and mentally rewrite the article when you're reading something, or representation more objectively, is an important critical thinking skill. So as you're reading something and it's making you mad, or you're seeing something on the news and it's making you angry, if you can look at it, in your mind and rewrite it to maybe a different set of circumstances. Um, when you're watching the fake news, um, even if you don't know it's fake news or it's not fake news, if you can still turn it around in your head and think, well, that's not right. I know that statement right there isn't right because of this, and you can rewrite the whole scenario. Then you can maybe pick out the parts that are true and that are relevant. And anyway, I think that's a good skill to have. I don't know that all of us have time or the inclination to do so, but I think that it is definitely important. And if all of us are going to learn to be more open-minded, then we have to start learning these critical thinking skills. So thank you.